Renee mentioned about winning the Stanley Cup with the Bruins twice, and someone that probably deserves as much recognition as myself, where's Jimmy Lawrence? He and I were teammates on the Boston Bruins Stanley Cup teams. Where are you, Jimmy? There he is in the back. Jim Lawrence. He was asked by the Boston Bruin ownership and the president, Cam Neely, to come down and represent the Bruin part of my career. So that's very special. Long drive, and good to see him. He's a dear friend. Anyway, I digress with something as important as Jimmy and all of these wonderful inductees into the New York State Hockey Hall of Fame. And again, I was surprised and honored, humbled. Also, while I think of it, Steve Ware, that spoke earlier, from Peterborough. Is that correct? Yes, sir. Yeah. I hated Peterborough. I grew up in Oshawa, about 40 miles away, and those guys beat hell out of us all the time when we were kids. But then I thanked them because we knew then how good we had to be to get anywhere. So your stories, some of the memories that came back to me are precious. Thank you for those. Well, I had the usual makings as a child growing up. Used skates. I had 3 brothers, and we always said the first one out of the house was the best one dressed and had the best hockey equipment. So anyway, we all went through that as kids. I'm sure anybody that played a lot of hockey. And the thing about hockey too, that a lot of people, as you saw some of the videos, some of the things that I remember best is that while you're a hockey player, you don't have to grow up. You're still a little boy in hockey, And how do you get serious about a game where you have to wear short pants and a garter belt? So my whole life was a lot of fun. That's why when Dennis said about me, I was like a horse eating thistles. That grin on my face wasn't because I was having fun, it was because of the pain. Al Arbor knew how to make it painful. And anyway, yes, I'm a Boston Bruin. I watched the Boston Bruins go from the worst team in hockey. I helped set all the negative records in the NHL, and I don't joke about that. And then have the success with the Bruins and those wonderful teams, and then go to the Islanders and break all the negative records I set with the Bruins. We won 12 games our first year as Islanders. Now, can you imagine? If you didn't show up, you could win 12 games. Dennis, you didn't have to suffer for the first year, but you sure did the second year and so on. But I'm the luckiest guy, and people laugh at me, and I laugh and say, I have to be 2 people because one couldn't be this lucky. But I've been blessed with everything you'd want to have as a hockey player, and then going on. And Sam mentioned some of the fellas that helped me get started and helped me through my broadcast of 24 years. You talk about a team, you grow up, you play hockey, you're on a team. So sometimes you can hide behind, you say, I had my man, it was him. Anyway, in broadcasting, you have to have a team. And it's the same thing. You cover for each other, things go wrong, and they're telling you in your ear, Eddie, do this, do this, do this. You're trying to talk about a hockey game, and they're telling, but anyway, it takes a team. And in my whole life, I've been on a team, whether it's playing or broadcasting, in some of the businesses that I've been in, from banking to electronics to the beer business. Anyway, it's been a lot of fun. I'm humbled. I am. I'm truly humbled. When Renee called me up, we talked a few times. I, like many, had no idea what goes on. I mean, I know what it takes: coaches, ice time, heartaches, people getting sick, all the things that go with all of these wonderful people that mentor all these wonderful young people, boys and girls, so that they can grow up in a team atmosphere, know what it's like to give and to take. And I think that I'm a product, a true product of all of that, from the beginning to my retirement in 1979, and then the broadcast thing. But I too remember all of these wonderful people that made it possible for me. And one of the fellows that was on earlier, Stan Fischler, when I left playing and got into broadcasting, I talked with Stan a lot. And I remember the first conversation we had. He had written a book called Bobby Orr and the Big Bad Bruins. And every one of us Bruins, I'm just getting into the broadcasting, I back up. It was when I went to the Islanders to play, and Stan was there. And I said, Stan, right from the beginning, I don't like you. You wrote a book about Bobby Orr and the Big Bad Bruins, and I don't remember ever you talking to me about the Boston Bruins. But I said, I'm not there now, I'm here now. And so I'd like to get that slate out of the way and go on and work together, and we became friends then. We're still friends, and I'm thrilled that he's sitting right here. I tried to get to see him last spring in Israel. My lady, Jennifer, and I were over there. Stan was in one end of Israel, I was in the other, so it just didn't work out. But I'm so thrilled to see you here, Mr. Stan Fischler. Another part of the Westfall saga through life and sports. And I appreciate, again, every effort, Renee, that you have made to give all of us a lot of pleasure, bring together a group of hockey people that just gets bigger as you get older. And I don't think I've eaten up my 10 minutes, and I'm not going to, but I appreciate it greatly, and thank you all very much.